Ronald, what's likely to be the follow-through from this?
I think that most important thing is that because as we observed from the economic data yesterday, they're still pointing towards a very high inflation environment. So the increase in the triple R does not come really as a surprise to us. The next step will be, I think that the Chinese government may increase the interest rate before the end of this month.
Essentially, this move's been priced in, isn't it?
Yes, I think so, because I think the high inflation environment won't change in June or July. So it is actually within the investors' expectation.
Yeah, you know, the genie of inflation is not easily tamed when it's let out of the bottle. So people are saying, oh, it's all right, it's going to be in the third quarter, we're going to see it calm down. How can you be so sure? I mean, you can talk about base effects, but actually real inflation will be very high.
Yes, no one can be sure that the inflation can peak in June or July. So from what we have seen from the central government is that they are still tightening the fiscal and monetary measures to try to lower the liquidity in the market. So I don't think that the government will loosen its tightening measures before the end of third quarter.
It's about the triple R, but I mean, what about real interest rates? Actually putting up the cost of borrowing by a significant amount, not doing it in these baby steps.
I think the real interest rate, what we can see is that the inflation rate is higher than the actual interest rate in mainland China.
Yeah, because you're getting negative interest.
Yes, so there will be further room for the interest rate increase. There will be, I think, 1 to 2 rounds more, besides the, from what we have expected, another interest rate hike towards the end of this month.
Okay, but would you say that the People's Bank of China is out of step, behind the curve?
I think the People's Bank of China is a little bit behind the actual environment. So I think that in the next few weeks or even months, I think the People's Bank of China and other regulatory authorities will still adopting a very tight environment to try to lower the liquidity and also try to tame the inflation.
Generally speaking, though, equity markets are fairly sanguine about all this. They know that this is going to happen. What's going to give them a bit of a fillip?
I think that our hike yesterday is actually within the market expectation. But what will affect the investor sentiment is that because most of us expected the inflation will peak towards the in June or July. But if the inflation didn't come down by the time, I think that there may be an adjustment in the market. But that is the worst case scenario.
Okay, as one guest that I've had on the program suggested, that we consolidate in the second quarter of this year when it comes to Chinese equities. Well, it seems like we've been consolidating for a lot longer than that. What's going to cause a market rally? Many participants suggest that things are looking cheap there.
I think that there will be some investors thinking the market is a good time buy for them now, because if they considering that the inflation can peak within the next 2 months, it seems to them that the monetary measures and the fiscal monetary measures and the measure will be loosened towards the end of third quarter. So considering that the stock market usually move 6 months ahead of the economy, it's actually this is a good time to buy. But of course, you have to take a very long-term or medium-term strategy for that. And
the amount of money in Hong Kong at the moment looking at IPOs as well. Of course, we have Samsonite, they're making its debut tomorrow. Next week it's Prada, and who knows, it could be Man United as well coming here. So, you know, it still comes in thick and fast, these IPOs.
Yes, because I think the capital and money is still coming into Hong Kong. I think IPO is actually one of the good strategy for them to put in their money. So basically, I think the IPO market will not be performing too bad in Hong Kong in the next one month or so.
Ronald, pleasure having you on the program. Ronald Wan.